This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Hello and welcome to Pulse of Africa News. I am Samia Mohammed with the latest. First, our top stories for today. Rwandan president visits Algeria and signs cooperation deals. Mozambique Health Ministry hopes to vaccinate 80 million children against polio. Namibian ports record 4.5% cargo growth. Now, the news in detail. Rwandan President Paul Kagame began a two-day visit to Algeria on Tuesday, meeting with President Abdelmadjid Tebboune and overseeing the signing of a raft of bilateral agreements aimed at deepening cooperation across a range of sectors. The two countries aimed at covering telecommunication, digital innovation, pharmaceuticals, agriculture, air transport, and security. Additional deals included visa exemptions for diplomatic passport holders and expanded collaboration in education and scientific research. In a joint statement following talks in Algiers, Kagame and Tebboune reaffirmed their shared commitment to resolving conflicts in Africa through peaceful means and rejected foreign interference in the continent's internal affairs. Senegal plans to boost tax compliance to increase revenue and reduce reliance on financing from external sources like the International Monetary Fund, its Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko has said. The West African nation is engaging with the IMF to craft a resolution following a case of misreporting of debt and deficit levels, which led to the suspension of its $1.8 billion financing program with the fund. Good tax reform can help us withstand the $437 million that the IMF gives us every year, Sonko said. Libyan Prime Minister Abdulhamid Dbeibeh said Tuesday that he will launch a political initiative aimed at resolving the country's long-standing political crisis. Speaking during a cabinet meeting in Tripoli, Dbeibeh said the initiative will be announced in the coming days and will include three main tracks. The first track is restructuring the government based on competence, free from political quotas or parallel influence, Dbeibeh said. The second track, the premier said, involves launching a national information platform designed to reflect public will. The third track aims to establish a practical security mechanisms to ensure safe and credible elections while removing the pretext for parallel government, Dbeibeh added. The Mozambican Health Ministry expects to vaccinate 80 million children under 10 years of age against the type 2 variant of polio as a part of the continuing efforts to eradicate polio from Mozambique. Health Minister Usene Lese launched the national campaign in Maputo on Monday. It will last for 5 days, aimed at all children of the appropriate age. He believed it is entirely possible to meet this target, which is in line with other recent health interventions. In other news, South Korea's new Liberal President Lee Jae-myung began his term on Wednesday, vowing to raise the country from the turmoil of martial law crisis and revive an economy reeling from slowing growth and the threat of global protectionism. With 100% of the ballots counted, Lee won 49.42% of the nearly 35 million votes cast, while conservative rival Kim Moon-soo took 41.15% in the polls that brought the highest turnout for the presidential election since 1997, according to National Election Commission data. The first mission is to decisively overcome insurrection and to ensure there will never be another military coup with guns and swords turned against the people, Lee said in a victory speech outside Parliament. Bahrain, Colombia, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Latvia, and Liberia were elected to serve 2-year terms as non-permanent members of the UN Security Council beginning in January 2026. They will serve through the end of 2027 on the UN body responsible for maintaining international peace and security. They will join the 5 non-permanent members elected last year: Denmark, Greece, Pakistan, Panama, and Somalia, who will serve through 2026. The incoming members will succeed Algeria, Guyana, the Republic of Korea, Sierra Leone, and Slovenia, whose terms end in December 2025.
The story of resurgent Ethiopia and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel, all the time. Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Now to business news. Chad's National Development Plan seeks $30 billion in public and private investment as it pursues growth in areas including digitalization and infrastructure, the Central African country Finance Minister Tahir Hamid Nguilini said on Tuesday. The plan, called Chad's Connection 2030, is backed by the International Monetary Fund, which last month reached an agreement with the country for a 4-year financial support program worth about $630 million, and by the World Bank. It will be launched in September in Abu Dhabi and aims to conclude deals with investors in sectors including roads, electricity, and the digital economy. Finally, the Namibian Ports Authority on Tuesday announced an increase in cargo throughput for the financial year ending on March 31st. The country's ports, namely the Port of Walvis Bay and the Port of Lidritis, handled a total of 8.42 million tons of cargo, up 4.8% from 8.03 million tons recorded in the previous year. This growth underscores the ongoing strength of non-port operation across various cargo segments, including bulk, break bulk, containerized, and liquid cargo, according to a non-port statement. The authority attributed this performance to continued cargo diversification, strategic infrastructure enhancement, and partnership with the key industry stakeholders. Before concluding, let us provide you with the latest updates on global commodities prices. Now to weather updates. That's all for today. Thank you for watching Pulse of Africa.
This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.